Satire in the Handmaid's Tale, presented by Eliza Haney. The definition of satire is the use of humor, irony, or exaggeration to expose and critique people's stupidity and vices, particularly in the context of politics. It is used to shame individuals, corporations, governments, and/or societies into improvement. Atwood uses satire in her novel as a warning to the readers. She is taking inspiration from real events to show us that this isn't really a dystopian society, but a potential reality. Click the link to watch an example of a comedic satire of a popular MTV show. Men are not considered sterile in this government, as only women can be barren. They treat the handmaids however they wish, similarly to African American slaves in America. You could get benevolent masters, or you could get cruel. This is offered the main character of the novel. She is stripped of her given name and given the name of her master. These are Offred's commander and his wife, Serena Joy. The commander was the founder of the new government and set up the rules, yet still wants the old things, such as Scrabble and women to dress sexy for him. Atwood highlights the hypocrisy of the high-ranking men by using shame for their sexual desires as seen when they enter Jezebel. And Atwood describes her new society as turning humans into animals in order to dehumanize and kill them. Hitler required Jews to wear yellow star badges, and Gilead also hangs Jews with the badge. Time and time again, leaders will say what they think you want them to hear. However, if we're not careful, then Atwood is saying in a situation such as Gilead is not far-fetched. This is a map of Gilead. Atwood is using the U.S. and Boston as her setting to shame the American readers of our country's history. She's warning us to remember the past so that we do not make the same mistakes. Atwood also takes inspiration from the U.S.'s enslavement of African Americans. The people of Gilead are forced to do as their superiors wish, or else they'll be brutally beaten or killed. Families were separated and given to the powerful. Handmaids are traded to different families depending on family need, such as when slaves would be traded depending on the plantation size and where they were needed at the time. The Underground Female Railroad is similar to the Underground Railroad, where escaped people would be hidden in order to be smuggled out of the country to live a better life. In historical notes, the Female Road is called the Frail Road as a joke. Readers can deduce that Atwood's writing about the handmaids' living conditions, fears of being beaten, separation of families, being traded, and the Underground Railroad was inspired from the treatment of the African American slaves. Atwood's use of irony in her writing tells us that history can be repeated, which is her overall message of the story. If you click the link, you'll find a Saturday Night Live mashup skit of The Handmaid's Tale and Sex and the City. Thank you for listening to my presentation.